coverage on Brown. And
he's in bounds. He might go. 99 yards.
Flicker action. Tannehill taking a chance towards the end zone, and it is caught. A.J. Brown.
Tannehill will take it all the way. They won't catch him.
What is going on, Titans Nation? Titans Universe here to talk about the Titans' win over the Los Angeles Rams. So the Tennessee Titans get it done, dominating the Los Angeles Rams. And it seems like every time this team is a heavy underdog, they always end up getting it done. Getting it done without Derrick Henry, nonetheless. This team is resilient. This team has a lot of heart. Mike Vrabel coaches this team well, if anything. The defense really stepped up in this game. Like, the defense was amazing in this game. Best defensive performance all year. Jeffrey Simmons, the one we've been waiting for. The one that we predicted to be just like Javon Kearse, better than Jurrell Casey, has finally started to show some promise. 3 sacks in one half. Very impressive. He could have had 6 sacks, but he forced an interception by Matthew Stafford. The defense really carried this team. The defense set us up really well in this matchup, making it to where the Rams only scored field goals. They didn't score a touchdown until like late in the fourth quarter, which is like some of the best defense we've had in a while. I mean, considering how good the offense of the Los Angeles Rams is, this defense really surprised a lot of people on prime time. Really surprised me as well, because the Rams came into this and they actually had one of the best offensive lines coming into this. Matthew Stafford has not been sacked. I think I seen a stat that he was sacked the least amount of times in the NFL, with like 7 to 10. He got 5 sacks in this game, and that just shows how good this defensive line is. Very underrated defensive line. Denico Autry and Bud Dupree has been a really good pickup for the Tennessee Titans. The days of Jadeveon Clowney are over. This pass rush is just getting better and better every week. We don't have to worry about not having a good pass rush like we did last year. This pass rush is here, and it's showing that the team can win with the defense carrying them. And I think I've said it all year that if the Titans play on both sides of the ball, which they have not yet this year. So I think you could say the Kansas City game, yeah, they played great on both sides of the ball. So that one, once this year. But we have not seen them at their best still. We have still not seen the Tennessee Titans at their best. We have not seen them play phenomenal offense and phenomenal defense. We've seen them play phenomenal offense against the Seahawks. We've seen them play phenomenal defense against the Chiefs. We've seen them play phenomenal defense against the Rams, but we did not see the offense show up against the Rams. We didn't see the defense show up against the Seahawks or the Jets, even the Cardinals in the first game. We could have really needed that, but when this team plays a full game, both sides of the football, they're the best team in the NFL. This is the team that will beat you up, no scheming, just straight hands, and you're going to have to either take it or get out of the way. I don't see any other team playing as good as the Tennessee Titans when they play both sides of the football well. I don't see any team in the AFC that's better than the Titans currently right now. I don't see any team that is scary. The Baltimore Ravens just struggled against the Vikings. The Bills just lost to the Jaguars 9-6. The Bengals just got blown out by the Browns. The Raiders just lost to the Giants. Like, who do we have in the AFC that really poses a threat? And we just beat one of the best teams in the NFL and made them look ridiculous. Now, I can see the only thing people can say about the Titans right now is, can they show up in the playoffs? They've showed up in the playoffs 2 out of the 3 years. Like that last year playoff was not how the Titans usually show up in the playoffs. We can go back to 2017. They beat the Chiefs, upsetted them. Then we go to 2019. They beat the Patriots and the Ravens. They have a better win percentage in the playoffs than they do have a loss percentage. Titans have always, this Titans team, not Titans of teams of old. The only team that's really been good of old was the 2000. But this recent Titans team, the Mike Vrabel Titans team, has actually done decent in the playoffs. Actually has a good record in the playoffs. So I wouldn't say that one game against the Ravens last year defines how the Titans play in the playoffs. They're actually a pretty decent playoff team. They have just yet to clutch a one-way ticket to the Super Bowl. But I feel like that's eventually going to happen. I feel like if it's not this year, like the next few years, I feel like the Titans have a Super Bowl in their future. Heck, it might even be this year. It might, because this team is playing so well. This team is winning without Derrick Henry. People wrote this team off the entire week. You see people on Twitter, the Titans can't win without Derrick Henry. The Titans are going to lose against the Rams. This ain't even a competition. You see people promoting the Rams. Why are you promoting this? This is going to be a boring game. And then the Titans go out there and blow them out. This was a boring game because the Titans did what they needed to do, show that they can win without Derrick Henry, show that they're one of the best teams in the NFL. They're not no fraud. They're not beating up on some weakling teams. They beat the Bills, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Seahawks with Russell Wilson. Now, my only concern about this team, Ryan Tannehill. He needs to, I don't know what the thing is with him, with these mistakes that is happening lately, but he's looking like he's coming back. He's going to turn into the Miami Dolphins, Ryan Tannehill, which I'm hoping that's not. I'm hoping he turns it around like every week. I'm hoping he turns it around. This was a really tough Rams defense, so I'm not gonna really fault him. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks have been struggling lately. Matthew Stafford struggled in this game. Derek Carr struggled. Joe Burrow has been struggling lately. So, hopefully Ryan Tannehill can turn it around. If Ryan Tannehill ever does turn it around and he starts playing like he did last year, this is Super Bowl. Super Bowl or bust. If Ryan Tannehill turns around and becomes old Ryan Tannehill, this is Super Bowl or a bust team. Having Derrick Henry back and then Ryan Tannehill playing great, there's no way this team shouldn't be considered Super Bowl contenders. Like, I want old Ryan Tannehill back. Old Ryan Tannehill, please come back. Old Titans Ryan Tannehill. I ain't trying to talk about no Dolphins Ryan Tannehill. We ain't getting that bad vibes here. We ain't doing that. Also, I want to talk about Kevin Byard. You Mr. Best Safety in the league by a country mile. Like, this man, he is, like, the previous years he's been struggling, but I think he's found his stride. He's playing better than his 7-pick season. He is playing his best football this year. His 7-pick, the first season where he got his recognition and he had all them interceptions, those were just given to him. They were just tip passes. He caught them. Some of them he made a good play, but this season he is actually getting them picks. He is actually earning them interceptions. He is actually earning his best defensive player status, earning that all-pro status. He is playing the best football of his career, and I have no doubt that he is going to continue to play good football this year. And I think he's only like 2 picks away from leading the league. Like, Trayvon Diggs leads the league with 7 picks, I don't think, unless he got a pick, and then that's 8 picks. But I don't really think he's had many interceptions of lately. So I think Kevin Byard is 2 picks away from leading the league. Best safety in the NFL, and I can actually feel hype about that. The 2017 Kevin Byard, I was like, all right, he's getting away with a little bit of these. I don't know if he's the best safety in the NFL, but this year, best safety in the NFL. Kevin Byard in 2017 didn't even get a Pro Bowl selection. This year, I think he's going to be the favorite to get a Pro Bowl selection and All-Pro selection, if he keeps it up. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We just completed the first 9. Now we got to do the back 9, as they say in golf terms. Let's just hope that the Titans keep this up. Hope that they go next week and beat the Saints, and then they beat the Texans and Patriots. If they beat the Saints and the Patriots, I have no worries. I have no worries about them not making the playoffs. Which all they got to do is beat the Texans twice, the Jaguars and Dolphins, and then that's 10 wins. And I feel like 10 wins the division. I feel like they're going to get more than 10 wins. I feel like it's going to be like 11 to 12 wins. But I'm really hoping that they get this first seed, because that will be really good advantage in the playoffs. Imagine home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs. I don't think the Titans have never had that ever since they became the Tennessee Titans. I can't speak for the Houston Oilers because that was like way before my time. But the Titans have never had home field advantage throughout the whole entire playoffs. So if they get this number 1 seed, this is the best chance they have to winning a Super Bowl ever. But let me calm down. I feel like I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. We just need to focus on the Saints. Focus on beating the Trevor Siemian-led Saints. And, like, dang, if we go and lose to the Saints, that'll be so freaking crazy and stupid. Like, imagine beating the Rams, the Bills, and the Chiefs. And then losing to the Trevor Siemian-led Saints. That don't need to happen. They need to go into this game and don't pull a Jets. Do not mess this up. You have so much momentum. Mess this up. I feel like we're going to lose to either the Saints, the Patriots, or the Steelers. So now that I think about it, go ahead, lose to the Saints because we don't need that. We don't really need that win. We need to beat the Patriots, the Steelers, and then the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and Texans. Like, after the Saints, it's just all AFC, and we need to win all of those to win the number 1 seed. So this Saints game really doesn't matter, but it'd be nice if y'all win and keep the momentum going because you don't need to lose to no Trevor Siemian-led Saints. Even though those same Saints beat the Bucs, it was just Tom Brady had a bad game. The Saints defense just played so well. The Saints just lost to the Falcons, so that's promising, but we'll see next week. That is my thoughts on the Titans and Rams game. This is Titans Universe signing out. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link in the description. Tighten up.